Hi, my name is Avery, but I go by Soavecito, and I'm a horror content creator. Welcome to episode 43 of Whispers of Horror, and we have an amazing guest as in Tomigirl. How are you today?
Great, great. Thank you. I'm so honored to be here. Thank you.
I'm honored that you're here too. I've been trying to get so many creators to be on Whisper. We kind of took a little hiatus, but I'm happy to start this up again, and that you're one of the first to get it going. Um,
There it is. Nice.
I just want to start off by asking a couple questions about how you got your name. Like how did you get come up with Tommy Girl?
Oh God. I don't know.
No,
I'll
you're
start
good.
off by joking. So my first name is actually Tamika.
Okay.
But the way it's spelled, it starts off Tomi, and so I just put it in half and put attached girl to it, and I've been Tommy Girl ever since the PlayStation 3 days. Back when
Gotcha.
PlayStation 3 first came out. Yeah.
Okay, okay. What got you into streaming?
Oh, that's a really good question. So I used to be the spectator, always in the back, watching other people play games, knowing that I really wanted to do it, specifically horror, but just knowing at that time, I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. But I worked myself up so much that I took a chance and I just one day just busted out with my PS4 and just started streaming because I wanted to show people that I could do it as well.
Gotcha, gotcha. What was one of the first horror
Yeah.
games that truly scared you or got you hooked on the genre?
Well, I'm so glad you asked. We got your Fatal Frame,
Okay.
and then Silent Hill probably was the one that gave me nightmares. I did Resident Evils, and those were so much fun, but I
Mm-hmm.
think Silent Hill and Fatal Frame were the first horror games that really made me sit up and go, "Wow, I'm actually having nightmares about these games," you know? So that's what really got me into deep, really good horror storylines.
Was
So
there
yeah.
was there a specific moment or game that made you want to start streaming horror content?
Um, well, I knew I was funny. I'm
Okay.
just a natural jokester. And I've always had that I don't want to say ability because I don't think I'm very good at it, but uh I've always had that want to entertain people.
Mm-hmm.
So, when I'm working or when I'm with my kids, I always strive to kind of make them laugh and things like that. And so whenever that happens, I'm like, "Whoa, this is amazing." And then combine that with my love of horror, it was a natural fit for me. It's just a natural fit. I love it.
Okay, okay. Um, what are some of the things that we're gonna go a little bit back into like the streaming stuff like that. But when you're not
Yeah.
streaming, what are some of the things that you do when you're not live that you enjoy?
Well, I do play a lot of video games. I
Okay.
play a lot of first person shooters. So when I'm offline, that's a lot of things that I'm do that's a lot of what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, my work pretty much consumes me.
Mm-hmm.
So my work, of course that comes first because that, pays the bills. And
I
I
feel
love
you on
it. I
that.
have, yeah, we have, this is a career. So, but then after that, to kind of relax, horror streaming, believe it or not, is what I love to do to relax. So I'll come home and I'll hop on Marvel Rivals for at least an hour or two
Mm-hmm.
to kind of relax from my work day, and then I'll get into the horror streaming, which is so entertaining for me.
Gotcha. When it comes to like horror game, and like when did you start playing horror games? Like at what age did you start early?
I
Did you?
No, sir. So I grew up very, very poor,
Mm-hmm.
and I moved out of my house when I was 18. So we didn't have any kind of games or anything when I was growing up. So
Mm-hmm.
I didn't start playing games until I was 18 years old. So that's a
Gotcha.
little late, in my eyes, for starting gaming, because a lot of people have been gaming since they were children.
Sure.
Um, and then I didn't start actually streaming. I started streaming in 2018 on my PS4, but then I got my first PC gaming console in 2019, and I've been going hard ever since.
Um,
and I'm an older person.
Gotcha.
I don't mind telling my age. I'm 48 years old. So
You're still youngin'. What are you talking about? When you're tell me what you could call
I
yourself
feel
old when you're
old.
like 70, 80 years old. You're still youngin'.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with that. Um,
Yeah, but I love it and I'm going strong.
yeah.
There's no slowing down at this point so far.
Listen, I would have never guessed. I thought you were 28. You know. um, was horror? What were some of the first games you played? Was it in the horror genre or like was it something different?
It was always in the horror genre. Well, I take that back.
Okay.
The first games that I streamed on my PS4 was Battlefield. Battlefield was my most favorite FPS game. I played one, two, three, and four, and then one, Battlefield 1, and then Battlefield 5. I played all of those. That was and then I connected with a streamer who lived somewhat locally to me,
Mm-hmm.
and I actually still follow him to this day. And he really taught me how to stream. Like I didn't ask, I just learned from watching him. And then I just was like, okay, I know how to do it. Now let's stream what I want to stream and what I want to do. And
Okay.
then that's how I switched over to horror.
So, as you know, this is live. We are live on the YT and we're live on beautiful TikTok. So, the cool thing
Hey.
about this podcast being live is people get to chime in and ask questions. So, we actually have a question from Brittany saying, has she told her fear of being chased and the story behind it?
Oh,
So, we're going to get into that because I didn't know about this and I think this and you know what? Before you even tell me, I think it's only fair that I tell you my fear first and like what I'm really truly feared of. So
absolutely.
I have two fears. One, I have a fear of open water. It's called thalassophobia. Um, I don't fuck with anything that's under me, and I can't stand. If I can't
Right.
know what's under me, or like I can't see it, and it can get me, I can't do it.
Yeah.
And the fact that
Oh,
when it's pitch black, you can't see where you are at all times. I'm not gonna lie. I'm going under. I'm just gonna put myself under, and I'm swallowing as much water as I can, and I'm not dealing with it. I'm not gonna try to
that,
struggle. Listen, I am negative buoyant. I sink, so I'm sinking as
I,
quickly as possible. I,
thank you. My fiance keeps trying to tell me you can float, and we've tried it. I do
no,
not float.
no.
I
Listen,
will
I'm not doing
die.
it.
I promise you.
I am not doing it. I'm not risking it. And yeah, so that's one of my biggest fears. And I guess the second fear is kind of like it's kind of weird. My second fear is like horror games and horror movies. Like real life, other than that, like real life doesn't really scare me. I've seen it all. I've dealt with it all. But when it comes to horror games and horror movies, they just something about it. And one of my favorite horror movies that actually makes me cry is The Exorcist of Emily Rose. That
Oh,
that movie, I can't even like I got goosebumps. Like that movie,
well,
it
and
makes me.
I will tell you, I grew up very religious, and so I
Yeah.
think that played a part into why movies like that. For me, it was The Exorcist. The
Ugh.
Exorcism of Emily Rose was amazing too, but because I grew up so religious,
Yeah.
that really played a part and added to the fear of those movies.
Yeah.
So yeah, and you know what's funny when you talk about the fear of water and the fear of horror of all the a lot of things horror.
Yeah.
I think that it takes being having a true fear of those things that
Hmm.
make you a better player. I think that if I knew how to swim, I'd be an amazing swimmer because I'm so afraid of the water that,
Yeah.
so, I think that the fear plays a lot into sort of honing our craft into what we actually do right now.
Yeah. And honestly,
So, yeah.
having that fear too also makes us great survivalists. Because like we've
Yeah.
seen all these things. So like if shit hits the fan and things go crazy in the world, I feel like that fight or flight would be more of adrenaline to be like, okay, now we know what to do. Like I've seen something like this, watching that movie back in 20 years ago, and I'm ready for
Yeah.
this exact moment. That zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
I got the backpack ready. Like I'm strapped up. Like, but no, for real. Like I think just it's
Yeah.
like practice for scenarios that may or may not happen. So I think it's not
Right,
crazy.
right.
But I
Absolutely.
do want to know why the fear of being chased. It's don't get me wrong, that's
So
scary as shit. Like I think that's crazy.
it
Like
eh, on a simpler form, just the anticipation of getting caught. It drives me insane. I can't be caught. But when I was 20, I had my first child, and she was a toddler. I tell this story. This is an absolute true story. I don't lie to you guys.
mm-hmm.
But I was in a, we grew up in a house. We were poor when when I was 20 years old. We lived in a house that had rats. And I was in the kitchen with my daughter, and she was a toddler, just learned how to walk. And I remember a rat had run from one area of the kitchen directly towards me and across my foot. I thought that more was coming. I thought that I was about to be attacked by rats.
Mm.
I inadvertently knocked my toddler to the ground in my attempts to take off running to save myself. And I have been afraid of being chased ever since. I don't like things coming after me,
I get it.
especially when you play horror games. You can hear like the breath behind. It sounds like it's coming from right behind you.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear the footsteps. It just terrifies me. I can't stand it. I have very physical reactions when that happens. And a lot of times I don't like to think that people are coming into my lives thinking that I'm over exaggerating or I'm being extra or whatever. Everything that you see
It's
is
natural.
real.
Yeah.
I've experienced very physical symptoms uh
Like
while I'm being
PTSD.
chased. So,
Yeah, no, for sure.
yeah.
So you could never
Yeah.
do
But
haunted
yeah, it started with
houses.
haunted houses.
Yeah, like because they I'm not gonna lie, they chase
I
you. Trust me.
I've done a few haunted houses. And yeah, I can totally see that. Um but yeah, it all started with me knocking my toddler to the ground trying to get away from rats I thought were chasing me. Sacrifice my own daughter.
That's,
Horrible.
yeah, I get it. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the
Yeah.
chat said, "Rep baby." Poor baby.
She's fine. She's totally fine. I promise you.
Survival of the fittest. Hey, listen,
Exactly. See, that's that survivalistic
listen.
tendency that we have. I don't, I don't know.
So, a little bit back to your streaming. Um, how long has it been? When did you start? Like when did you start, and how long has that been? Like what year did you start, and what are some of the things that you would tell yourself now, knowing from all those years? Let me rephrase. Okay, so like say, what you know now, what would you tell yourself when you first started, and what advice would you give?
You know what's funny? And I'm not trying to be funny or anything.
No, no, no. Please be funny.
I've
I want to
always,
like.
I've always, you know, worried about being, trying to put on a character or whatever, but I
Hmm.
found that, just being yourself and doing what you love. I started officially in 2019, basically.
Hmm.
I mean, I was on the PS4 before and I was doing Battlefield. And if you go back on my YouTube, it's you can find some old video of me playing Battlefield and everything on PS4. But officially, I started in 2019, and just being myself and getting myself into the game.
Hmm.
You started off streaming and you would stream to one person, if anybody. I didn't think about that in
Hmm.
that moment. I just immersed myself in the game, and then the people followed. So I think just being yourself and sticking with that, you know, MO, I think that works out for you. I'm not trying to be like anybody else. I can't be. I'm too old. I can't do it anymore. I can only be me at this point. So, yeah.
And I'm a really big person of like manifestation and like I like making that mindset. Like I agree with you. Like I want to surround myself around people that they just want to be themselves. Like I
Yeah.
feel like making content, people feel like they have to put a facade or put a character that people think they want to that they want to see instead of just being themselves. There's like 7 billion almost 8 billion people on this earth. Somebody will find and resonate with the person you are, like.
Right.
And that's why I preach, like I say I'm always going to be myself. I'm going to show the people that I have flaws. I stutter. I forget things. I have to write things down so I don't forget those things. But that's what makes me me. You know, like I don't process information right, but I would never take any of that stuff away because it makes me unique. You know, and I
Yeah.
feel like that. You know, people who are just unique in their own ways is what makes them special. So kudos to you for real. Let me
Oh, wow. Thank you.
absolutely, absolutely. So we all know 2020 was a crazy time. You know, that's actually when I started streaming because what else was I gonna
Right.
do? Like,
Right.
um,
Right.
I just didn't have anything to do, so I was like, I'm gonna try to reach out to people. During that time, like, did streaming help you like get through that phase, or like how did that make an impact on your streaming career? Just starting
Oh,
off.
yeah. 2020 is when I discovered, or when I started streaming the whole Five Nights at Freddy's
Mm,
series. That certainly helped us. Well, I take that back. I am a healthcare professional, so
mm,
I wasn't quarantined at home like a lot of people had to
gotcha.
be. I was always out, having to work, but I was so entertained by the games that I was playing
Hmm.
and looking forward to that. That definitely got me through the quarantine times, I guess. After coming home from work, we didn't go anywhere else really, so it was
Hmm.
just working and directly home. So yeah, the whole Five Nights at Freddy's, and that's what really got me through 2020. I gotta tell you.
Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, no, it gaming weirdly enough brings everybody together in just different aspects.
Yeah.
And that's why I love horror because everything is horror in a way, and it just brings so many people together. Like it's like the terrible thing, the most terrible things is what brings people together. It doesn't make any sense, but you know what? We're gonna rock with
No,
it.
and you can find horror anywhere. You can
Yes.
find horror in anything.
Yes. 100%.
Ooh, I just gave myself goosebumps. I
We
love it.
we got to write a script about horror and
Oh yeah.
everything. There we go. There we go.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So this before I ask these questions, there's one of my one second, sorry. It went away. This is one of my favorite questions to ask all of my guests on Whispers of Horror. But what is your definition of horror? When you hear the word horror, what does it mean to you? I don't like not what everybody else thinks. Like, what does horror? The first thing that comes to your mind.
Something that resonates with you, something that sticks with you. You
Mm,
can't shake it. It doesn't necessarily have to be something dark. It could just be something odd. I don't like the way that guy was just kind of staring at me with his head tilted to the side. And then it sticks with you. It follows you. You dream about it later, or you think about it the next day. To me, that's something that can build into something horror. That's why I'm like, you can find horror in almost anything.
mm,
And it's especially the things that are supposedly like normal, things that we would take as an everyday, normal event. But all it could take is something just being a little off that could immediately fill me with dread. I read a story. One of my most favorite authors in the world, of course, like everybody else, is Stephen King.
mm.
And I read the book 1408, which came into a movie later, which wasn't that good. But the book was amazing. And one of the things that grabbed my attention immediately is when he was describing the guy walking to his hotel room. And he got to room 1408, and the first thing he noticed was that the door was slightly crooked. Just that sentence alone scared me
It's the fear
and
of the
filled
unknown.
me with dread. Yes.
Yeah.
And it just set the tone for the entire book. So, um, um, I forgot what your original question was, but
No, and the
I,
definition. What is horror to you? Like the definition of it.
horror is anything that to me is just something that doesn't seem right, and you can't put your finger on it. It is unknown.
Hmm.
uh you may try to talk about it with somebody else, but nobody gets you. It's just you, and the feeling of you just having this information and not being able to share it with anybody or talk to anybody. You're like in this prison, um this like internal prison. You know something crazy is going on, but you can't describe it. You can't put your finger on it. You can't identify it. To me, all of that is horrifying. So, and it could be anything. That's why I can turn anything into horror. You know what I mean? I feel like I could.
That
Or maybe I'm just
was
crazy.
no,
One of
no,
the
no.
two
What is
things.
crazy though? Like, it's what people perceive somebody. You know, like there's no. I don't believe people are. I don't believe in crazy. I feel like it's subjective. Like one person can think that, and another person's like, oh no, that person's normal. But what's normal? Like it's just
Right.
yeah.
Like I feel like if I went to you and told you, "Hey, I checked into my hotel room, but guess what? My hotel room door was a little crooked." Now, if you heard that from me, you would say, "What? What are you talking about? Crooked? Did you call the manager, maintenance? What?" That's what you would be thinking. That's not
Nah,
what I'm thinking.
what
I'm
I would
like,
be thinking
"Oh
is
my
now we
God."
posting up. I got some bats in the back. You got
Right.
my six. Oh, I got you, Tommy. Let's get it.
What's the number to 911? What's the number to 911?
You ever
Like
seen
that would be me.
ever seen a movie what is it? Oh my god, with Marlon Williams, the Wayne brothers when with Keisha
Oh,
and he goes and it goes it's like show yourself. I'm pulling up with the crew. We ain't playing. We checking all
right.
corners. I got you, Tommy. No, we
Right,
don't even know we don't
exactly.
even need the police.
Right, right. I guess I feel like that would make me a skittish person in
Yeah, no, I get
reality.
that.
Like I'm always afraid of something. I don't know.
So
I jumped one time. One
uh,
of my dreads got in my face, and I saw it out the corner of my eye, and I recoiled. I thought that something was
I feel you
attacking
on
me.
that.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I
I
don't
there
know.
was a time where I think part of my hoodie was hanging on this, and I saw in the corner of my thing, and I thought somebody's. Nah,
Right,
when you
right.
play when you're so encapsulated with horror, like you like
Yeah,
even the slightest sounds, you're like, should I check that out? Nah,
right,
I'll leave it.
right,
Why is that
right.
door open? Did I leave that door open? You always have
Right.
that second of like second guessing, and I'm just like, eh.
Yeah,
So I've seen a lot of
yeah.
comments in the chat talk about Visage. Is that the scariest game you've ever
Ooh.
played? Cause I got one for you that you should
I
play.
will tell you, I go between Visage and Hellseed. Those are the two
Mm,
games that I just can't. And I will tell you on Visage, and you've played Visage,
of
right,
course, yeah, yeah,
Avery?
yeah.
Okay, the Dolores, the old lady. There was a part where she just peeked around the corner.
Mm.
And that scared me
Oh,
forever.
yes,
I just
yes.
couldn't. She was the most diabolical of all of the monsters you had to face in that
She
game.
got me in the
Spoiler alert for
laundry
anyone that
room.
hasn't played it.
She got me in the laundry
Oh
room
my
peeking with that
God.
little
I was
hole.
having, oh my God. I was having, now I don't want to scare anybody, but I start getting like left arm pain when I get scared that hard.
Mm.
That's one of the times I started feeling like left arm pain, and I'm like, I need to calm down. It was so scary to me. And then Hellseed, oh my God. Have you ever had a night witch run at you? I couldn't wrap my mind around it. It was so scary to me. Things like that. Those will always be. Oh my God. Yeah, Visage is up there. Visage
Yeah,
is
for sure.
definitely up there. Look at me. I'm picking at my forehead. You see this? I'm feeling it. I'm starting to have flashbacks. Yeah.
There was a game. Oh, I have. What if I told you there was a game that is scarier than Visage and Halsey combined that I played?
What you got? What you got?
Oh, trust me. This game is called The Dark Occult. You ever heard of it?
No. Oh, I'm gonna have to check that out.
This is a game that and I had a heart rate monitor. This is the
Hmm.
game that made my heart rate reach a level that I didn't think that you would have to run on the treadmill for 5 minutes for you to get to.
Right.
And my heart went to 140 beats per minute from
Oh my
how
goodness.
bad this jump scare got me. This game is like it's a conjuring. It's like literally you're in a mansion, and I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it. And I'm
Yeah.
telling you,
Yeah.
the developer is demonic. They threw everything that they can think of that is scary into this fucking game. And I promise
Oh my
you,
God,
I
I gotta
need you.
check that
Yeah,
out.
it's called The Dark Occult. It's a game. I usually finish all horror games. I can't finish it. I cannot finish it for the life of me.
Really?
Yes,
Really?
yes, and I claim that this is the scariest game I have ever played, and it's not even
What's
close.
the last word of it? Cole?
Occult, like a cultist.
Cult. Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
The dark
the
occult?
dark occult.
Oh, the dark side of cult, I bet.
The
Oh
dark.
no.
No,
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 that's not
it
it.
should
No,
just
that's
be
not it.
the dark. It's by Dark
All right.
Crow Games. I can't
Okay, I'll
something like that.
find it.
I'll send you a link. Trust me. And when you do
Okay.
play it, contact me because I need to watch it. Because I'm at the point where I can no longer play it no more, and I could only watch people playing, which makes us great.
Really?
Yes, yes. Which is awesome about us, because I feel like there's so many people out there that are too afraid to play the game, so they watch us do it. And
Oh, absolutely.
and shout out to
And
those
because I
people.
was that person, I
Yes,
was the spectator. I was
same
that
here.
person, so I totally get it.
I'm gonna tell you a little secret. I cannot play horror. I do not touch horror games. This is, I swear to God, this is everything whole. Like I put this on my, like, on everything that I can ever put on. I do not
Okay.
play horror games unless I'm live. I cannot do it. I cannot. I don't play. Not for leisure.
Ooh,
Not for what
I
I look
get it.
like. What I look like. My 30-year-old ass playing horror games by
And what
myself.
I tell what
Get
I
out of
tell
your
my
goddamn
people all
mind.
the time is that the only reason why I'm playing this game is for you guys. I'm doing this for
Preach,
you. I would have
preach,
never been able to end
preach.
any of these games that I play
Absolutely.
without my friends around me,
Yeah.
and cheering me on.
Hundred
There'll be
percent.
times where I'm like, I can't do this. That's one of the things I got to work on myself, Avery, to let you know. I have to quit saying I can't. I can't do this. I can't. I can't. And there they are just cheering me on. You can do this. You got this.
Hmm.
That makes all of the difference. That
Yeah.
I owe them everything for that.
And that actually leads into a question that I just thought of. You know,
Okay.
when you said like you're trying to change that mentality of like I can't, how has streaming affected you mentally, physically, and emotionally? It could be positive. It could be actually, I want both sides. I want the positive side of it and the negative side of it.
The positive is I feel I have been able to accomplish and conquer games which gaming, I say that I didn't start gaming until I was 18 years old, but I will tell you it is one of the biggest parts of my life. I'm a mom first,
Hmm.
I'm a nurse second,
Hey, shout out to
and
you for
right
for
under
being a
that
nurse.
I'm a gamer.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, no worries, yeah. But right under that is I'm a gamer. That is such a big part of my life. And I would never have gotten through half of the games that I've ever played, um, had it not been for being surrounded by such positive people who kind of help you through this and kind of help you problem solve things, which is amazing. I'm not a good test taker. I can't take tests.
Hmm.
I can't figure things out naturally. But then having all these great minds around me, we get to the bottom of it. And
Yeah,
a
shout
lot of
out to
times
backseat
that's a
gamers.
lot of fun. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun.
Yeah, hell
I
yeah.
have one person. I mean, shout out to everybody. I love my goons. I love my goons.
Hey,
But
listen,
I've
they've
got
been
big.
showing so much love in the chat, and they've been calling like,
Oh, they're so amazing. I've got Big Brain Bridget. I call her Big Brain Bridget all the time because every time I'm like I hit a wall, I cannot figure this out. I'm about to quit. And there are other people like her who will just come up with that one thing. Well, maybe you should do this. And I'm like, I never thought of doing it that way before. So problem solving
yeah,
helps me in real life too. That would be the positive of streaming in general,
yeah.
not just horror games.
Bridget
The
said
only
woo, by the way.
negative, oh,
She said
Bridget's amazing.
woo.
I mean, I credit her all the time. I credit a lot of them, but
Hmm.
Big Brain Bridget is the one that sticks out right now. Um, One of the negatives is that while I know that this is really me. This is who I am, and this is what I'm all about. Sometimes it's kind of hard for me to feel like I have to be turned on all of the all of the time. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I feel like sometimes I just want to have a day where I shut the computers off, lay in bed, and feel sorry for myself for like 24 hours. I
yeah,
want I want to be able to do that. I don't like to do that,
yeah,
but life hits people. It hits all of us every once in a while, and sometimes you just want to take a break and step back.
yeah.
That's a very healthy thing to do, is to step back. I always feel guilty when I do it,
Hmm.
but I guess that's the only negative thing because I really want to stream and play games, but sometimes life has me just like, you need to take a break.
Yeah. You
But then I feel guilty that way.
nah. I just want to say this. Like, I don't think you should feel guilty. You know, this might sound funny, but DMX said something that resonates with me. And if it, nobody, I'm sure a lot of people know DMX, but he's a rapper that passed away, unfortunately. Um, but he said, and excuse my language, he said, "Who the fuck wants to be happy every day?" And it's
Right.
true because not every day is sunshine and rainbows, and some people could be the most positive people, but some days you just need to have one of those negative days to get it out your system, and then
Right.
can remind yourself, even though I'm having this day, I still have all these things that are positive around me.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
that's what's really important. So I don't think you
And
should
we're
feel bad.
such like loving people.
Yeah,
A lot of times people around us will pick up on it almost immediately.
yeah,
Like I can't come on stream and have and feel bad
yeah,
in any way because they'll notice it immediately. They do all the time. They'll be like, "Well, what's wrong, Tommy?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't want to. I
yeah,
can't. We'll just have to do it just chatting. That's my go-to. That's my escape.
yeah.
We'll just have to do it just chatting."
Do you
Yeah.
feel that streaming and knowing that you have viewers could be an escape too? Like, for me, it could be therapeutic for me.
Yeah.
I've been very open and vulnerable about my emotions. Like I've cried on stream, I've been angry on stream, I've been sad on stream, happy on stream. And I just do that not only for myself, but I also to show people that it's okay to be human. These are all human emotions. But has that ever happened to you where you're having a specific emotion and your community was there to be by your side in a positive way or negative, but like most of the people that do see those emotions are positive about it. But has that happened to you?
Absolutely. A couple of examples. So in December, the father of my kids died, and
My condolences.
we had divorced in 2019. But my children were very, very close to him. I dropped them off every weekend at
Yeah,
his house, and then one day he just died, 3 days after Christmas. And so I remember coming on stream and just losing it because of my kids. You
yeah,
think about what your kids are going through, and my kids, just like every other kid in the world,
yeah,
they're the most amazing human beings ever. And to know that they're upset, made me upset. So that was one time when I was really vulnerable on stream, and was crying. And I hate doing that, but I did. Another time is we lost a goon. Shout out Zach. He went by the name A Guy and His Dogs, and he was such a big part of our community, just making us laugh. He streamed The Last of Us
yeah.
on like beast mode, permadeath, all this. He was so amazing. And then out of the blue, for me, I got a message that he had passed away. It just hit me like a ton of bricks.
Hmm.
And suddenly it didn't feel natural. It didn't feel right to stream. It didn't feel right to do it without him,
Hmm.
for a few days. And so, but our community was, we talked about it. We had like, we had like a just chatting, I believe, and
Yeah,
just talked about it and got our emotions out there. And now think about it. You start your streaming career and you have your core group of people that kind of follow you for a while. Next thing you know, years have gone by,
hmm,
and now you lose somebody, you know?
yeah,
It's we take that it's very hard, but we're such a great community
yeah,
that we kind of circle the bandwagon around each other and just kind of go from there. We have a goon right now. Shout out Miss Parker, who is one of my moderators actually, and
yeah,
very, very ill in the hospital and has been for the past few months. Again, we've all just kind of rallied around each other. We send her messages on live regularly just to let her know that we're thinking about her. Stuff like that happens. Um, our
yeah.
vulnerability, is out for the world to see on live, and you can't help it sometimes. I don't want to cry on stream and make my ugly face on stream. I don't want to do that, but it happens. So yeah,
Yeah. Um, I got chills. I'm not gonna lie, I got chills.
yeah,
It's never easy to talk about some of the things that go on in your life and be vulnerable. So I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really truly mean that because this
Oh,
is
of
the internet,
course.
like
Yeah.
this is vulnerable thing about your personal life, and you're sharing it with your audience and my audience, and I you have no idea how much that means. And my
Sure,
condolences
of
for
course.
you, and I can just tell
No
how
worries.
genuine and authentic of a human being you are. Like, damn, I want to cry. Like, the fuck?
Well, don't do that. I
No,
will
just
tell
like
you,
there's so
a
many.
lot of us,
Good.
I don't know about you, but I don't have real life friends. I don't have a lot of friends that I see on a regular
Yeah.
basis out in the world. So people, all of you guys y'all have become my family. I care about you guys. Something happens to one of us, it happens to all of us.
Go ahead.
That can be a good or bad thing,
Yeah.
you know?
I totally
So
agree.
yeah, yeah,
Well, I consider us friends as well. And
yeah.
I'm happy. This is why I bring it up every single time. I'm happy about this Whispers of Horror because it's a live podcast, yes, but it's bringing so many people who are amazing and awesome in their craft of horror that we all love. And I don't know what it is, but I met the most genuine people in this community. I like
Oh
in
yeah.
any other community, like it really is. I don't know. I really think it's just because it was like the things we see is so terrible, but when it hits us and people just remind me that we are human and we go to people's aids, and it's such a beautiful thing. And I
It
hope I
is.
can reach out to as many people as I can because this is truly amazing, and
Same,
I can't wait to
absolutely.
collab with you more and play games with you because there's some horror games that are like Little Nightmares 3 that we need to play, and I'm looking
Oh,
for a
I can't wait
co-op.
for that.
So you let me know. I'm only a buzz away. We can
Oh
tear shit
man.
up.
Ask anybody. I've been playing Phasmophobia.
Hey,
Shout out Lamont. Shout out Puff and Pass Gaming.
hey.
Uh,
I just did an
what else
interview
did
with
I
them a
play?
little while back. They're awesome.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. They were amazing.
yeah.
So I try to do collabs as much as I can. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I, don't- I don't. I know you can't tell because I talk a lot, but I don't like to be the center of attention all the time. I don't like to be the center of attention. So if I can put it on somebody else, I love it.
Nah,
Absolutely
I
love it.
got you. I got you. And no, you do not talk a lot, so you're okay.
Whatever.
There's two things people want me to ask you. One is scream count, and the second
Oh,
is sullied. Sullied?
oh,
Okay, which one do you
nope.
want to tackle first? I kind of want to know about
Hey
sullied.
Siri, define sullied.
As an adjective.
No, that's the wrong one. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Sullied. I try to tell my people, do not become sullied.
Okay.
Listen, just watch. Let's enjoy the game. Okay, we don't have to talk about scream counts and whatnot. I know I scream a lot. I get it. I get it. I get it. It cannot be helped. But
Mm-hmm.
they're justifiable. Okay, you know, and a couple of times, just maybe once or twice. I'm gonna say once. I may have peed on myself. Uh, because I was afraid. That was just once. And then I accidentally, hold on, make sure that my fiance isn't in here. Baby? Okay, no, he's not in here. One time I passed gas. Like that's how scared I was. And it just happened all of a sudden. I couldn't before I could even stop myself.
Okay.
It happened. So the sullied folk will come in and bring that up. We don't need to talk about
We don't
things that
need
happened in the
that.
past. Time marches on. We don't look to the past.
Okay.
Only the sullied folk will bring that up. And yes, the scream counters, mm,
Okay.
I got this for them.
Okay.
Yeah, they count how many screams we do per stream. So
Hey,
yeah.
listen. I think that's truly amazing. But I need to know because this is very, very, very important. What
Yeah.
game did that?
Oh,
Do you remember?
where? Oh, the one where I passed gas? Or did I
Or
pee on myself?
there's two. I mean,
Oh my
was it two
God.
different games?
Oh my. Well, okay. Okay, here's the thing. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. First of all,
Listen,
Avery, calm down. Here's the
listen.
thing.
I'm
Here's the
not
thing.
laughing. I'm laughing about
I
the two different game
right.
part, not because you peed or poop
As
farted.
far as
You're good.
my memory, I only remember those things happening once.
Okay.
Okay?
Chat said three
Anybody
different
that tells
games.
you anybody that tells you anything different, they are the sullied. The sullied. I'm
Okay.
writing a book. And tell me who says that. I'm making a list. I got my list
Oh, I'm
right
a
here.
snitch. Okay, let's see.
I'm writing names down.
Jeremy
Oh my
Williams
God,
said it.
Jeremy. I
Somebody
knew
else.
it.
Let's
I
see.
knew it. It's probably Brittany. Okay. I already know. I already
Jeremy said
Lamont.
the toot train.
Oh my God. You see
Tish
what I mean,
Tish
Avery?
said poot.
Oh,
Tish
oh,
said scream
don't li-
queen.
Tish. Oh my God. Don't listen to them, Avery. Don't listen to them. Oh my God. Tish, Jeremy, ugh, you and me after school, 3 o'clock
The prime
in
moon
the
said we are all
playground.
sullied. Yo.
Run! Oh my God. I'm writing names down. I am writing names down. And you know what's funny, Avery?
Yeah.
Is that we'll get new people that come in, new followers, and they come into the stream and they're so innocent. Oh my
Oh God.
God, Tommy, I love your content. And then here goes Jeremy. She peed on herself last time. Like I'm like, no, we don't have to talk about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
These are the sullied. Those names that you mentioned, Avery, the sullied.
I gotcha. But honestly, when you
Yep.
think about that, like those are the best moments. Not that that happened to you. I'm talking about like the experience and like
Yeah.
that moment that brings you and your chat together. Which is,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you want different circumstances. Like I get it. Like, but
Oh, I don't mind. I don't care. I already got the guy. I don't try to. I don't have to try to impress anybody else. I'm good.
just Key just said he snitched on her. You're damn Skippy. You think I ain't gonna snitch
That's
on
right.
you?
That's
You
right.
think there's
That's
loyalty?
right.
I just no,
That's
he's not.
right.
But
My
I think,
God.
like I said, it's a beautiful thing, and like it just brings everybody together, you know. But like that could be so many different things, and just like the fact that people like are so comfortable with that, and just make it a light situation. I think it's
Yeah.
awesome. It
One
really
of the
does.
things I like to ask at the end of my streams is, I hope you guys have fun.
Yeah.
Did you have fun? If I play a game that isn't what I expected it to be, or if I don't, I'm not enjoying it,
Hmm.
that hits me so hard. I don't know if they know this, but it hits me so hard. Like I can't stand it. I would rather just not stream than to stream something where I don't feel like the audience is having fun if I'm not having fun. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I always like to end my stream with, man, guys, I hope you guys had fun. I hope y'all had fun. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, no, for sure. So this is some of these questions I think I asked you before if I'm okay to ask you. So I'm gonna ask them, and I want like I said, if you don't want to answer them, feel free. But if you're feeling willing to answer them, feel free.
No worry.
What does representation in horror games and gaming space mean to you as a black creator?
You know, there's not enough of us. There's just not enough
Say it
of us.
again.
And
Say it again.
I don't know, there's not enough of us, and I don't know if it's because I may be stereotyping us, and I apologize, but we're naturally like opposed to things scary. Like that's why, there's not a lot of horror movies out there that feature black people.
Hmm.
That, we're not known for being in horror situations. I know that's changed in the past few years with Ryan Coogler doing
Sinners.
movies, yeah, Sinners and Get Out and things like that. I
Yeah.
don't know if he did Get Out. No, that was
That was
Jordan
Peele.
Peele.
Jordan
But
Peele.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's changed over the past few years. But even in gaming, looking at horror gaming, this is what I see when I see horror gamers, black horror gamers specifically. I see people like you and I and a few people around us we're in it. We are playing the games. I don't care, getting gifts or whatever, likes, all of that's great. I'm trying to play the game. This game looked amazing. I am into the story. I want to share this with you guys.
Hmm.
It's the experience that gets me excited, gets me going.
Yeah.
And then there are some streamers that are just, and it's not just black, this is other
Yeah.
people that they just want to be the next big thing.
Yeah.
You feel me? You can kind of see it.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
and that's fine if that's what you want to do. I just know that my reason for doing what I do is because I love it so much, and I wish there were more of us. I mean, we're an animated people,
Yeah.
us melanated people.
I'm
We're we're we're
that,
we're, an- We're animated.
That is the
We
greatest
get
thing you have
scared
said.
easily. We
I,
get scared easily. It just happens. I don't know.
I'm lost words. That was the greatest thing you have ever said. I gotta clip that. If you see a clip of that, ladies and gentlemen, that is
Yeah,
truly organic.
absolutely,
That's a
absolutely.
patent that shit. No, for no,
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah.
for real, like I agree. There's not. It's a small niche group, and it's even like horror's a niche group. It's gotten bigger over time, but
Mhm.
being just a black creator, I'm black, Puerto Rican, Dominican. I'm not trying to make this all about race, but it is important to just take a second and realize that yes, this is what I am, and but that niche is even smaller, and just
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we and I agree with you. Like for some reason, it's so organic that when you see me fucking crying playing horror games, like it is true,
Right,
passionate fear come out of
right,
these pupils.
right. You think I want to have this chest pain I'm feeling
Nah,
right now,
I'd rather be
guys? You think
sleeping.
I want to have this chest pain? Exactly. I don't want to have to tell my doctor again. Oh my God, doctor, listen, it's not a big deal, but and also, I feel like I'm even in a smaller subsection because I'm an older streamer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I could be a grandma if my kids were, motivated enough. Just kidding. I don't
Nah, I
need to be a
get
grandma.
that. I get
But
that.
you know what I'm saying? So,
Hmm.
you know, being an older black female streamer, I don't see anybody my age
Hmm.
that look like me playing. I mean, horror. I mean, we can't all play Call of Duty. I'm just not good enough.
I definitely see
We
why
can't all play
people
Fortnite.
come to your stream and watch you. You
Yeah.
are very funny. Yeah, like listen, you
I mean,
made
I
me
try.
laugh so many times. So,
I try.
but that's what makes you so unique, and that's why people watch you. So, like, I think that's incredible, and I'll be watching so much more. Trust me, I will be.
I appreciate that. Same. Thank you.
And this is and I've only had two questions for this, but this is another one. Were there any black creators, gamers, or even horror characters that inspire you to start your journey?
100%. We
Mm,
all know him. We all love him. Corey Kitchen. I, I, my kids turned me on to him a long time ago. I think
yeah.
like in 2016,
Hmm.
we started watching just his videos, and I just remember thinking, "Oh my God, this is so great!" And that was back when he was not just when he was doing a lot of horror gaming. He's the one that introduced me and got me watching Five Nights at Freddy's and
Mm.
getting me into that whole genre. And I just remember thinking eventually, and I remember I started watching him in 2016. I didn't start streaming until 2019. In 2019, when I got my PC together, I was like, I bet I can do the horror games that he's played that I remember playing. We just finished one. We finished a game called Home Sweet Home. I'm sure you've played it.
That gave us
And
slaps.
I watched him play that game years ago, and I said to myself, I'll never be able to play that game.
Hmm.
And here we are all these years later, and I finished it.
Hey,
I mean, I beat it. It's amazing. It's such an accomplishment.
yeah,
I want awards. I want trophies for that.
hell
I
yeah.
almost wish I was still streaming on the PS4. You know how you get the
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 trophies,
achievements? Yeah,
yeah,
trophies. I want
yeah,
that. Give me my flowers. I mean,
yeah.
I never would have been able to do that years ago. I'm so grateful to have found him and other streamers like him and to have found the community and just this whole, you know, TikTok is full of I bring up, I don't know if we're supposed to say the names of certain
No, go ahead.
apps or
Whatever,
whatever, but
whatever.
that one particular uh, social media experience can be very, very negative. It just
Hmm.
can be very, very bad, especially if you lose yourself to that app.
Yeah.
But I have found such a great community on that app alone and in the Twitch community.
Hmm.
I just such a great group of people. I am blessed to know the people that I interact with on a regular basis because of that app and because of social media in general.
Hmm.
Um, I'm not one of those people that turn off your TV, get out and take a walk. No, no, no. No, there's great things happening on social media. If you can produce it yourself, if you can find it yourself, or just participate. Yeah, so yeah, Corey Kenshin, I guess, is the main one for me that made me think, okay, I'm gonna try that. I saw him do it, and I can do this. I
Yeah.
know I can do this, and that's what I want to do. Let's inspire people. Let's inspire people that look like us. Since our group is already so small.
Yeah.
But for everybody, and listen, I'm an equal opportunity gamer. You know, this is E for everyone. But it's just that our community is just so small that I would love to inspire other people. I try to get my kids into it, but
Yeah.
no,
See, you
that
use
wouldn't happen.
that E for everyone's for that purpose, and I love that. Well, but when I'm in stream, I tell you, anybody can catch these hands. My hands are E for
Ah,
everyone.
that's right. That's right.
Listen,
That's
and I
right.
mostly I'm talking about the demons. Like I said, the demons can catch these hands. The monsters can
Yep.
catch these hands. Freddy, Jason,
That's right.
Chucky,
I
Megan.
have
Like,
I call every woman antagonist in a horror game a night witch. Okay,
mm,
that's going to be in the Urban Dictionary, and I always go, "What color do you want, night witch? Black or blue?" You feel me? I grew up in Fort Worth. I live in Dallas. I know how to come at you.
hey, listen. Sometimes you gotta be threatening the things that are trying to scare you. Because they'll be
You
getting.
have to. You got to talk big to it.
Yeah, because but then when they get you, when your guard is get down, you're like, yeah, you might have
Oh
called
my
me
God.
once, but this is a
Right.
marathon. And come on, we got a couple more hours.
And that's when you pass the gas.
Yeah, you
You
just gotta get
understand?
that out of you. So
That's when things like that happens. It's not my
hey.
fault.
I'm not gonna lie to you. This has been one of my favorite interviews. You're just like I said, you're so
Hey.
genuine, and I've I've had so much fun. And we got
Same.
about 10 more minutes, but I got a couple more questions for you. Um,
Yeah.
if I met you on the street and I knew who you were, and I wanted to be a content creator, what is the best advice you would give me, being a content creator that you are?
My gosh, I think that finding or doing what it is that you want to do, that you love to, that should be first.
Hmm.
I wouldn't even worry about trying to be a content creator. Just trying to find what it is that you want to do. And then my thing is with horror games is I want to share what I love with other people. So I think it starts inwardly. You go it start inwardly and work out.
Hmm.
I want to do what I love to do, what I'm passionate about, and then, oh my God, I want to show this to other people. Oh my God, let me put this on this social media app. And then, oh my God, so you kind of start from within and go outward. And
Hmm.
I think everything else will just kind of fall into place after that. That would be my best advice. Do what you want to do, not what. One of the things I hate, that's why I go by Tommy and not Tamika.
Yeah.
When was growing up in school, I was Tamika A, Tamika W. There were so many Tamikas. I hated it. I don't like being a part of a trend. I want to be as original as possible. So I've gone by Tommy ever since. I'm like my kids have never called me mom. They always call me Tommy. So I don't like doing what everybody else is doing. And sometimes I'll get game suggestions. Oh, this is what everybody is playing right now. You should play it. And I'm like, I get that. Let's watch those people and enjoy those people and support those people. I'm gonna do my own thing though. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I feel you.
So I think just focusing on what it is that you want to do more so than what everybody else is doing or what they want you to do. Just start inward and work outward, and I think everything else will just fall into place.
I think that's beautiful. I think that's great advice, honestly.
Mhm.
So we're gonna play a little futuristic thoughts. What do you see? What do you see Tommy Girl being in 5 years? What are
Oh
some of
my
the
gosh.
ambitions? What are some of your goals that you would like to achieve in that span?
Yeah, the only reason why I would love to be, I think, I don't know. I don't know how to say this without sounding completely corny. Um, I
Sound the
just
way you
want
want to
as
sound.
I just want as many people in the world to experience and have the fun that we do. I know what we do in our little community and
Mm-hmm.
how much fun we have and how good of a release it is to take, just remove yourself from IRL stuff that can be getting you down and just for a couple of hours sitting down and just, living vicariously through somebody else. And that doesn't just have to be horror gaming, or it could be just IRL. I know I follow a couple people who are traveling the world,
Hmm.
and for an hour or so, I watch them while they're in China, showing us the sights. I'll never go to China, but I'm able to enjoy that with them.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason why I would love to grow and get bigger on whatever platform I can. I just want to share this with as many people as possible. I
Hmm.
don't want money. I've been poor all my life. You know what I'm saying? And Biggie said it best. More money, more problems. I don't need all that. But I would just like the exposure. I just want people to feel how I feel back when I used to watch Corey Kenshin years ago, how elated I feel, even though I knew that I was going through a divorce. I knew that I was having a rough time. Uh, I was struggling, work and an addiction
Hmm.
at home. I was going through like all this stuff, but for a couple of hours a day, I got to forget that
Yeah.
and just have fun. That's what I want to share to as many people as possible. That's why I want to get bigger. I see myself in 5 years just going up, just
Hey,
going up to the top as much as I can.
manifestation. I'll see you there in
Yeah,
5 years. I will.
absolutely. Absolutely. We'll be there.
Absolutely. Before I ask this final question, I just want to let everybody know this is episode 43 of Whispers of Horror. We are live on the YT, the YouTube. Make sure you guys share this video with as many people as you can to
Yeah.
show people who Tomigirl is. And also make sure you
Hey.
drop a follow on all her platforms as well as my platforms and show love to the creators that you guys enjoy. Um, and yeah, it's a beautiful thing. All her info will be in the description of the videos. And I just want to say I
Nice.
am so honored again. Thank you for your time. Thank you for showing like your time is the most precious thing. And to you and everybody, time is the number one thing more than anything. And the fact that you spared an hour for me means the absolute world to me and I'm honored. So I just want to say thank you
Oh,
again for this. You are truly amazing.
the pleasure is all mine. Thank you so much. You're an amazing person. I love you.
So my
Good job.
final question is there anything you want to tell your community, my community, just anything that you have on your mind? The floor is yours for the last remaining couple minutes.
Just to let you guys know, I always like to tell people that come into my lives, hey, I love you. And I don't mean that flippantly. There really are times where sometimes we just need to hear that. And just know that every time you come in contact with me, I've even started saying it to patients in the real world. I'll be leaving their homes, and I'm like, all right, I love you. See you later. And I'm like, oh, I probably shouldn't say that, but it's become a part of who I am, because I know sometimes you just need to hear it, and just know that it's coming from a genuine place. So if you're feeling down, and we're such a great community, it's not just me, it's all of us. So if you're ever feeling down or need a little extra pick me up, you can always hit up any of us goons or any one of Avery's community, I'm sure, and just, you know, reach out and we're so supportive.
Yeah,
There's help anywhere. If you need help, if you need just a shoulder to cry on, a sounding board, we're here. Just know
absolutely.
that. And guess what? I love you.
That hit
That
my
was
fucking
adorable.
heartstrings.
That was adorable. That was adorable.
It
I
was
know.
it, it
I
was the
know.
finger point. Oh,
You like that?
oh, I'm
It's
wearing
true.
a
It's
Paddington
true.
shirt and it pierced. Oh
I got you.
man.
I got you. Yep.
But
I
just
love
real
you
quick
guys,
again,
honestly.
this was an amazing episode. Everybody, we are building something beautiful. I am making this Whisper of Horror podcast is something special. I'm gathering everybody who loves horror in a safe space and just to be themselves and enjoy what we all enjoy. So make sure you guys follow the Discord. I'm bringing all your favorite creators into this one space so we can make this as big as possible. And this show is also to show the real side of people that is just more than their name, you know, and just to know the struggles they go through, the ins and out of streaming, and to show people at the end of the day we are human being and we are the people that we want to show you guys that is more than just that. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Tomigirl, thank you so much for taking time out of your night to do this. And this episode has top 5 one of my favorites, and I can't wait to see what more episodes we come moving forward. So with that, ladies and gentlemen,
Can't wait.
that's all I got. Thank you for watching.
I hope you have a good day.
Bye.
Hope you have a better week.
I hope your month is full of successful
Chat,
days
peace out.
and a lot of great ventures. I hope you just come up, brother.
I hope your whole fucking year is spectacular.